Alright, hi guys, Brian here. Today I want to give you my quick impressions of Transformazing Toys PB01 Mebsuta armor for Ultra Magnus. Now, this is this guy, the trailer in the back. And this is my version of the fan-made trailer mode. There actually isn't a trailer mode because the story of this Mebsuta armor is they showed off pictures of Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus with suit of armor, which made him look really awesome, really big, and awesome looking, hence why I bought it. The problem was they revealed a trailer which was like 3 times this size and $100 on its own, basically, so the entire cost of everything was basically double what people were mostly willing to pay for it. There were a few people who said that they would pay for the whole thing, but a lot of people said that if they released an armor-only version, they'd be more interested in it because they didn't want the expensive trailer. So that's what they did. They took the trailer out and sold it for basically just the price of the armor. The bad thing is that this engineering for the armor itself didn't have any alt mode for it, so that hence this is my trailer mode for it. And I currently just have a few pieces of extra stuff sitting in there. Alright, so I'm just going to take the stuff that I have sitting in there out right now just to get them out of the way. This is a hammer that I bought on Shapeways for Ultra Magnus and painted myself, hence why it looks crappy. And I have to give the usual warning when dealing with anything from Shapeways. Yes, this is grainy. Yes, it does not look like smooth plastic. But as with anything up from Shapeways, it looks 10 times worse on camera than it does in person. So in person, I am perfectly fine with this, except for my crappy paint job. So I had to give Ultra Magnus a hammer. He needed it. Other than that, he's got his own equipment that came with the armor and his own figure. Give me. Alright, so you got the gun that Ultra Magnus himself came with. You've got this piece which the Mebsuta armor came with itself that I'm just going to set off to the side. And unfortunately, there is no way in my fan mode here to connect the two together. But since I don't really display them since I only display them, I don't play with them, I don't really care that they aren't connected all that much. It'd be nice, but I'm not upset about it. I also always keep the shin guard things on his feet to hide the feet. Also, to hide the kind of ugliness that I did to the bottom of my Ultra Magnus's feet to make him stand a little bit better. So, to hide that ugliness, which generally isn't seen in robot mode anyway, I just leave these panels on that came with the Mebsuta armor to hide his feet. Oh, also on my Ultra Magnus, I did a little bit of paint work and painted his belly a little bit more red. Because my Ultra Magnus needs to have red on his stomach, because that's a key thing of Ultra Magnus to me. But for my armor mode, I'll include a link to the video I made on my own private channel about how I made this, because I wasn't intending on doing videos like that for playing the Avalon, so I just put it on my own personal channel rather than on the Avalon channel. But I go through a video and show how I make this, and it's a solid thing, and the feet are giving me some issues today, but I haven't touched them in a while, so it could be that they're actually just loosening up with age. But it's a pretty decent trailer mode, but obviously a fan ad hoc one. I'm pleased enough with it. I don't obviously see body parts laying around on here. I kind of see arms, but yeah. Anyway, so that's my fan mode. And I've got everything stored in here, as you saw with the weapons a moment ago. Everything stores on this, and looks pretty decent. Looks like a trailer for Ultra Magnus to me. But let's get it combined and into robot mode, and I will show you the real point of having this armor, not for a bad trailer mode. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, and here we have the Ultra Magnus Mebsuta armor in robot mode, combine it all up. Let's go ahead and just talk about the gun first. You take the Ultra Magnus gun that comes with it, you add some stuff onto it, and you make it into this big, beefy rifle. This handle is a 6mm handle for some dumb reason, and so thus the only person that can use this gun is this guy, which is dumb, because this is actually a pretty interesting looking rifle. I don't really care for the axe head, Never really been a fan of the axe mode that this thing can get into, so I don't generally even do it. And as I mentioned with his Shapeways hammer that I got him, he definitely needs a hammer. And this is slightly smaller than I would like, but it's basically a believable one-handed hammer, so I like it. Well enough anyway. I don't have anything better to replace it with, really. But as for the figure itself, word of warning, I painted his face white and his eyes blue, because I think they started off yellow. So let's go ahead and show you that real quick. And yeah, it doesn't look great when you zoom in and see the little screw up I did on the side of his head. Anyway, his chin was painted blue, or his blue... His chin was not painted, and so I had to paint it, and my white wasn't matching his face, so I had to repaint the entire white face. But when you do that, goddamn, that's Ultra Magnus, alright. Only you can prevent the law from being broken of lawness. Anyway, I forgot to twist these down. For articulation, his head is on a ball joint and can do whatever the hell you want. It's also on another joint for probably transformation, but, you know, doesn't have an actual transformation anymore. And can go around. So you can get a lot of motion out of the head, and if you pull this joint up a little bit, you can get him looking down even farther. Like, I'm judging you, Swerve. You should not have opened a bar in a spaceship. His arms are on a... Well, let's start off with this hinge. Oh, it's awesome, although I hate this head. You can go really far out with his arms, and given his huge pylons, that should not be. So he breaks the laws of physics with this joint. It's awesome. He doesn't actually break the laws of physics, I'm joking. Otherwise, his arm is on a ball joint. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow, which gives him a pretty darn good range of motion. He's got a ball jointed hand. He's got a waist joint from the original Ultra Magnus figure. He's got the original Ultra Magnus figure's leg motion. He's got a knee joint. Oh yeah, he also has thigh swivel. He's got a knee joint. He's got awesome ball jointed feet. This guy will happily do whatever pose you want to put him in, and give him a hammer to smash with, and he just looks like he's about to wreck some cons. Speaking of cons, he does have some. His crotch piece just kind of slots into the existing crotch piece of the Ultra Magnus figure. They did supply a new crotch piece for the figure, but honestly, it's the exact same. It was supposed to be tighter than what the original one had, but I've noticed no appreciable difference. And so this thing will pop off at the moment's notice. These legs are attached to the Ultra Magnus legs via these white blocks, and they are not always super secure. It is a not quite a pain in the butt, but verging on pain in the butt to get these to stay in and usable, so you don't have to hold on to it. You quite often have to do this, hold on to the white bit to move the leg. But if you can get it into the good position, you don't have to. You can do the knee as much as you want. That's the major cons for this in my book. Oops. Some of the other cool bonuses is that, as you might be aware, there is a red Optimus Prime version of this mold, and it's actually not a different mold. It is the exact same mold. To get to Optimus Prime mode, you simply fold the antenna down, and this whole segment rotates. So you just rotate the ear spikes up and the antennas back, and bam, you have Optimus's ear spikes. And he comes with... Just get these out of the way. Actually, I generally store these like this. You're supposed to have them back like that, but I actually prefer them up like this. But this backpack can open and knock things off and drop stuff. So, cut, jump. Alright, so you can actually open the backpack, and here there's some, molded detail, and really the main point of this is storage for some stuff, specifically the mouth plate. That if you want to do the Optimus Prime mode, you could just put this on the face, and it just clips in and securely puts in there. I'm not going to put this in because last time I did, I scratched up my white paint and don't feel like having to touch it up again. Also, it's Ultra Magnus to me, so I don't need the mouth plate, but I still have it because I do. And I think you're supposed to store it in there, but it's like fallen out on me a couple times, so I store it in like one of the side things, and bam, just put that up and forget about it almost. He's also got some, for Optimus Prime mode, you put these back and the smokestacks go... Oh, I think these are actually different pieces on the Optimus Prime mold. No, I'm wrong. They're not. They're just painted silver. So yeah, you do this with it and have the faceplate on, and you have Optimus Prime's mode. And these antennae actually are on just swivels, so you can just yank them off if you want, instead of having them sit back there. But that's pretty awesome, actually. But let's get him back to Ultra Magnus mode. For it's against the Tyrest Accord to be able to do that. Now, he's also got some awesome things in, like, he's got weapon storage for, the ammo clip on both of his legs. Obviously, that one's empty because it's on the gun. But he's also got these panels which have more missile spam on them. You can flip up this chest piece and flip these breastplates around for more missiles. And you can really have him just... Yeah, I'm about to blow you up now. You broke the law. And another thing you can do with him is you can actually take this piece off, and this can attach onto... Where does it attach? Yeah, you can actually attach it onto the gun itself, and bam, now his gun has missiles on it too. But actually, I generally take it off and leave it off because, again, I like Ultra Magnus with a primarily red chest, hence why I painted my Ultra Magnus a little bit. But yeah, I actually just take this piece off and leave it off because I like the look of this better than it would be with this on. So I actually just take this, fold it up, and his legs can open up, and that's where I just store that. Speaking of his legs opening up and storing things, he does come with a pair of extra hands. He's got the open hands, he's got closed fists, and 5mm or 6mm fists. And these are easy to just pop off. You can just pull it off and pop these on, and they behave very nicely. And these are kind of a soft, like rubbery plastic or something. They're kind of cool looking. So yeah, his poseability is really good and can get into basically any pose you want, as far as I'm aware. I do have to kind of be cautious about the knee joints popping out because, like I said, they're kind of a pain in the butt to get into that spot. But if you get them into a good spot, they stay for a while. They don't often pop out when I finally get them into a good spot, but getting them into a good spot is rather tricky sometimes. For a size comparison, Mebsuta Armored Ultra Magnus is basically twice as tall as the regular Deluxe. Towers over Make Toys Trash Talk, as he should, and is a little bit pretty decent scaled with older Deluxes as well. So for my final thoughts on the Mebsuta Ultra Magnus armor, I rather like it. I won't deny that a trailer mode would have been nice, even if they had to introduce some new pieces just for it. As long as said pieces weren't obnoxiously expensive. Or heck, it's been a while since they released this. It would have been nice if they had released a second kit to add a subdued trailer mode. But overall, I'm rather pleased with this guy. This guy is definitely my Classics Ultra Magnus because of the fact that he's big. And while I would like an alt mode, the result of this is good enough that I am satisfied. His blue is a little bit darker blue than I would like. I'd prefer a little bit more of a baby bluish, but, and he doesn't have enough red on the chest, but I am satisfied with this for now. I give this guy a thumbs up. Who doesn't have actually a thumbs up, so I can't actually give him a thumbs up, but I can give it 4 fingers up. Anyway, I like him. So, let me know what you guys think about him. What'd you think of him in More Than Meets the Eye? What do you think of Minimus Ambus? Let me know what you guys think. See you later. Bye.